So right now, there is a squall line that's heading towards my area. The front end of the squall line is right, I would say, about just into western New Jersey. This is the squall line itself right here. This is a heavy band of snow that's coming from the southwest or the northeast. There's near whiteout conditions in this line. There's very heavy snow coming down. I would say snowfall rates of at least 1 to 2 inches an hour. I wouldn't call this like the strongest squall line I've ever seen. You know, strongest snow squall. I mean, it's pretty intense, nevertheless. But it's more of a band. It's more of a just a band of snow than a squall line. But in upstate New York, it's actually more of a squall line because look at this feature here. This one here has a more convective appearance. I mean, look at this. This line right here appears to be bowing out right here. Just near Stamford and Delhi, New York, there's a bit of a bowing feature here. So there could be some gusty winds with this. You know, I mean, even though this is not a true thunderstorm, you know, that's where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. So, yeah, it looks like there's not really picking up much wind. I don't think there's any really advisories for it. But this is the cold front. This line of snow is the cold front itself, the Arctic front. Because behind the temperatures are in the teens. There's already 19 in Harrisburg, 30s in Philadelphia. So as soon as this line passes, temperatures are going to drop really fast. I'm talking by 4 p.m. it's going to be like 10 to 15 degrees in New York City. Temperatures are going to drop extremely rapidly as soon as the squall line passes. This is part of Winter Storm Jaden. And Jaden, the snows from Jaden are coming in my direction right now. And there's some pretty heavy snows with this, as I can show you. You see these yellows here? So these are some pretty intense snow bands here. It's actually more intense on the radar than actually the models indicated. Because the models indicated a very thin band of snow. But this is a pretty thick band. Look at this. This is extending a whole county, and by the looks of it, it's going to be at least an hour of snow. A good hour, because here's the thing. Look, going back almost, going back 40 minutes, Allentown was in the thick of it. And it's still kind of in the snow. So this is going to be an hour of moderate to heavy snow as it comes in. So as you can see, so I would say about an hour of snow. Wow, that's pretty decent. And so about an inch could fall from this. I'll say 1 to 2 inches. The problem is it's going to be very windy as the squall passes. So not much accumulation will be on the roads. Like you might get some drifting, some piling up on the sides. Maybe you might get drifts of maybe 2 to 5 inches as this passes. I'm even going to check for lightning. I don't think there's going to be any lightning with this because I don't really see anything too extreme with this, like in terms of convective activity. So I don't think there'll be any lightning with this. And yes, there is no lightning with this, as you can see. Sometimes squall lines do come with electrical activities, snow squalls I mean. They have some lightning with it, but this one it does not. Because this is not really convective in nature. It's just that there's a line of, of some windy snow coming with this. So I would say about an hour of snow. From the onset, from the beginning until the end, I would say about 40 minutes to an hour of some moderate to heavy snow. See, Quakerstown was snowing around 11, around 1:12, and it's still in the middle of it. So about an hour of snow should be expected. Wind gusts in some of the heaviest bands might be up to 30 miles an hour. So visibility should drop below a mile, quarter of a mile for about 20-30 minutes. So enough to accumulate a little bit. So I'm going to be waiting the squall line, and I'll be going out and filming with my trusty camcorder. So yes, I'm not going to be using my phone. I'll be using my camcorder, which records better. It's not so shaky. It's better quality. So I'll be using my camcorder for this. Thank you for watching. Bye. And just before I go, I just want to show one more thing. Okay. As you can see right here, it's moving north, and here's the front end. So it looks like, once again, areas to my north and west will get more snow, because this area, the part over Mainville, is heading just to my north. I mean, we might get clipped by the southern end of this, because I live here. So yeah, it looks like this part might clip us, and then we'll get the squall that's coming in from here. So it looks like my area will be clipped by this area right here. This heaviest area looks like will pass just to my south. So once the squall passes, you know, I'll go outside and film. And my plan today is to go, you know, film this squall line and then see what's going to happen. Because I'm going to check the weather out now for 15 days on the GFS. Wow, looks like it's still going to be pretty cold on February 15th. But I'm not expecting much snow. I think today might be one of the only days we're going to get snow. And most of this, I believe, is just going to be rain. Let's check. So there's a squall. Band of snow that's going to pass to our south. Rain. Looks like to be rain, because you see this precip up here that's also filling in right there. So that's going to be rain and rain. Let's see. Well, that's too far out, so I'm not really buying that, but looks like to be mostly rain. Yep. See what I'm talking about? This whole time I've been in the snow hole because Washington, D.C. got snow. Areas to my northwest got snow. Areas to my north got snow. Areas to my south got snow. Areas to my east and areas to my west got snow. So, and still, I'm going to be getting the least amount of snow. Looks like still. And this is the ensemble, so let's see what they're saying. Oh, mostly rain. I think for snow, New York City will probably be in light blues, which is about 2 to 4 inches. And this is mean accumulation, by the way, so this is going to be mean accumulation. See, light blues. Exactly what I was talking about. Oh, I wish I was wrong, but unfortunately I'm not. It's like this winter is going to be a bummer for New York. Just like last winter, sort of, because I missed all the big storms that literally were all around me. And I actually missed one of the snowstorms when I was in Florida, so looks like this year's another repeat of 09, 010. Basically, snowstorms go everywhere but me. But at least I'm going to get a squall line today, so that's, you know, something to look forward to. 09, 010 was one of my least favorite years because that was the year where there was tons of snow everywhere. There was tons of snow in Boston, but I was in New York at that time, and there was tons of snow in New York. You know, there was a 2-foot storm that hit New York City when I was in Boston. The storm had to do a left-hand hook, and New York, Boston got rain. You had all those crazy storms that went to New York southward, and I was in Boston getting nilch. Yeah, then we were supposed to get a storm that was supposed to give us 1.5 feet of snow. We ended up getting mostly rain because some marine layer came in. Even though the air aloft was cold enough, the freezing level, you know, the 5,000-foot freezing level was way to our south. We still ended up getting rain because just a little sliver of warm air had to come in. New York City got like closer to 1 foot, and I once again got like 4 inches of snow from that. That was actually I think that was like the second biggest storm I got that year. The first biggest was in New York City, where I think New York City got 10 inches. Boston got like closer to 2 feet when I was in, that was like mid-December. And of course, the blame on this has to go on the North Atlantic Oscillation because it's too positive this whole time. I mean, look at this. It's positive the entire time. I mean, if it dips more negative, I mean, sure, we could be getting more snow, but, and it goes too positive, so yeah. That's why we're not getting a lot of snow, because all the storms are being shifted in other directions. And there's a squall line. It's becoming more visible now. So a band of snow is now combining with a squall line. So this is a combined band and squall line, basically. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.